in a post later. So now we have to wait this time. Actually, this is a trick, because if we wait for the vegetables to cook nice until they're really soft, this reduces the total cooking time of the sauce. You know that the meat sauce, the meat sauce of the grandmothers should cook for 3-4 hours on a super low heat. Okay, we never had the time because we are all busy people. So this is a little trick to cook the meat sauce for a shorter time. So I let them sweat, and you know, I cannot stay here watching this. I'm like in adoration, washing or shipping the vegetables. As we are waiting, I can take advantage peeling the potatoes, for example, because they've been boiled starting from cold water with the skin so that they absorb less water in this way. So I'm peeling them, and then I crush them with the potato riser. A recommendation: never put a boiled potato in an electric machine, never put it in a mixer, because the speed of the blades, they will break all the granules of starch, and the potatoes will transform into glue. And that is not the right consistency, I'm sorry. So use the old style manual tool. This is the right tool for the potatoes. See? There are holes here. You put the potato inside, you press. It's like a big garlic presser, huh? Just with bigger holes. So I'm peeling the potatoes at the same time, keeping my ear on the noise made by the vegetables, because I don't want to hear the the fizzing, the sizzling noise. I want to hear the simmering noise. So I peel the potatoes and I wait for the vegetables. I'm talking from the kitchen of my cooking school in Florence. The cooking school is GiglioCooking. Giglio is spelled G-I-G-L-I-O. It's the name of the flower, actually means lily, and it is the symbol of this beautiful city. It is also the name of the island in the Tuscan archipelago, I mean here, of the coast of Tuscany. It's the island where I was born. You know, in Tuscany there are 7 islands. The biggest one is called Elba, and you might know it because Napoleon was there, was assigned there. The most famous may be Monte Cristo. No? It's famous for the romance of Alessandro Dumas, the Count of Monte Cristo. I can tell that the island of Monte Cristo has nothing to do with the romance, which was just fantasy. There was a treasure, was the treasure of the Emperor Constantine, because all these islands were colonized by the Tuscans, the Romans, you know, the long history of Italy. So I was born there, and I belong to Giglio, deeply, deeply. And I miss Giglio so much. And maybe it's stupid to say, but if my body is here, my heart is always there. That's why I'm starting a program in collaboration with some hotels there of cooking classes there on the island. See, okay, I finished to peel the potatoes, I put them here, and then you need some strength to press. Oh, at this point I hear the noise of the vegetable changing. I stir a little. I add a little more broth. Let them cook further. Go on with potatoes. What I'm doing is called timing, which means don't waste the time. Do other things while you're waiting for other things. The potato gnocchi is something that you can do just at the last moment. the elaboration is pretty different from making pasta. I don't know if you have ever made pasta. Maybe this can be another lesson in the next days. When you make pasta, you have to work for a long time, kneading and applying a certain pressure, and the pressure increases gradually as you add the flour. All what you do one of the things you do, the main thing that you do when you do the pasta is to develop the gluten that doesn't exist at the beginning. And the gluten is important because it's actually the glue that holds all the granules of starch together. So making pasta means to work for a long time in order to get an elastic and compact dough. And then we have to let it rest to lose the elasticity before we can use it. When you make gnocchi, you have to forget all that kind of elaboration because this is completely different. Actually, you have to try to develop as less gluten as possible. You can actually do the gnocchi with gluten-free flours. Ingredients of the potato gnocchi are potatoes, as you see, white flour, I don't know if you see it, there is the pepper in front of it, and salt. This is the basic original recipe. I add also 1 egg, not much egg, because the more egg, the more liquid you add, then the more flour you add, the more flour means tougher gnocchi. And the gnocchi should be light, should be soft, they should melt in your mouth. Sale, salt, vegetables. Come sta andando? Another couple of minutes and then we can add the meat to the sauce. I'm waiting before putting my hands into the gnocchi dough. So when you make the gnocchi dough, you don't have to do the kneading and the kneading and the kneading. No. Actually, you have to put your fingers like this. Pretend you are a zombie and be angry and just mix the ingredients. Rather than kneading the dough, you have to mix the ingredients until the ingredients are well mixed. The dough at the end is still sticky. It's still sticky and it will get stuck to your hands. So you must have a certain skill to not get so dirty of dough. And you must keep your hands clean and your surface. See, I have a big cutting board here. Okay, I'm trying to use the time giving you tips as we are waiting for the vegetables. And at this point it's time to put the vegetables. Sorry, to put the meat in the vegetables. The second step takes just a few minutes until the meat becomes gray, no more bloody. We can also add fresh bay leaf. I have a tree of bay leaf outside in the courtyard. So bay leaf is my favorite aroma for the meat sauce. But I repeat, you can change it. My cooking school, I have 2 very good collaborators, plus some other chefs. They come occasionally, depending the quantity of work we have here. We do different kinds of cooking courses. We do private lessons, which is the thing we are mostly known for. If you go on TripAdvisor, it's full of reviews for the private lessons. I think that the school is famous for the private lessons because they are really actually private. What happens is that you have to book the day and the time. The lesson lasts about 3 hours. You have to pick the recipes you want to cook. You can also tell me what you want to cook if it is not on the list, although the list is about 1,000 recipes. And then you cook only you and your family, you and your friends, just your group here, and you have the chef at your disposition. Can be me, can be my collaborators, Antonella, Giovanni. And you cook what you ask for. So that is maybe the reason why the school is famous for the private lessons. Besides that, we give also courses. The monthly course, weekly courses, trimester program, pastry course, bread course, we do also gelato. We do many other things, and we do also other special activities like collaborations with other little schools like ceramic and cooking. So you make your ceramic piece with a Renaissance design, and you come here and you learn some recipes from the Renaissance, and hopefully you eat your dish inside the dish that you made. So we have all these kind of activities that can be really fun to do. Besides that, we have collaborations with other schools, and schools sends us students for either one cultural lesson where they learn some Italian traditional recipes, they cook and they eat them, or some programs according to the request of the school. So we do many different activities. We keep busy. We try to keep as busy as possible. Okay, the meat is almost ready to welcome the wine. Don't worry if you didn't understand the ingredients, because we will post the ingredients and the recipes on the Facebook page of Family Concierge, Family Travel Concierge. Please, I don't know if I can see you, but here I have my helper doing it. Let me know if you hear me, if I'm clear enough, because I can adjust the tone of my voice. Okay, the meat is gray. I don't know if you see it. The meat is gray now. Has lost the red color. And wine. Now we let the wine boil off, because I don't want to put the tomatoes before the wine is completely evaporated. They're both sour, so they will fight. So we let the wine evaporate, releasing its nice aroma into the meat. After that we add the tomatoes, some more broth, a little more salt, pepper, and then we cover and let it simmer. Meanwhile I do the gnocchi. As we are waiting for the wine to evaporate, I want to tell you something about the potato gnocchi. The best potatoes to make gnocchi, or the easiest one, are the yellow potatoes. You have a good variety there in the States, which is the Yukon Gold. But in the States I made gnocchi, potato gnocchi also with the russets, with the blue potatoes, or with other varieties. You know, you have to get the feel of them, because basic ratio between potatoes and flour is 3 parts of potatoes and 1 part of flour. When I say part, I mean weight. I don't mean cups. Cups don't make any sense. They are a volume measurement. They are not a specific weight measurement. So when I say 3 to 1, I mean 3 pounds of potatoes, 1 pound of flour. But this is not a religious proportion. Cannot be, because all potatoes are different. For example, if you use the russets, you need much less flour, because the russets are so dry, and you may need a little more egg. So the blue potatoes are. For the yellow potatoes, this portion of flour is the most you can use. But for sure you can use less. The less flour means softer gnocchi. It's also more difficult to work. But when you get the skills, then you can decide the texture of a gnocchi. And you will have soft clouds in your mouth. Okay, the wine has almost gone. Another 30 seconds, and then we add the tomatoes. And then I will start to do the gnocchi, so you see how I move my hands. Okay. Pomodoro. Another ladle of broth. Pepper. A little more salt. Stir. Lid. Bye-bye. Okay. Pay attention now. Gnocchi. See, you have to let the ingredients passing through your fingers. See, like this. Remember, don't work too much. Just enough to mix the ingredients. Okay, done. At this point, try to make a a smooth ball. Try to avoid cracks and cuts on the surface, because the cracks and the cuts open up during the boiling in the water, and then they become mashed potatoes. So that's why you have to avoid cuts and cracks and make the surface as smooth as possible. Then clean your hands. Possibly wash them. Clean also the surface where you work.
Ogni tanto guarda qua. Ogni tanto da qui.
Clean also the surface where you work. A sifter can be useful. More flour goes outside, because the flour outside seals, closes. And at this point, we start the rolling. When you roll, just apply a very light pressure. Don't press too much. Don't let your fingerprints on the roll. This is the size of the cylinder, about this one, about like this. Let's say half an inch, 1 centimeter and a half. A spatula or a knife is fine, also a knife. Cut little segments, see, about this size. I don't know if you see me, maybe in this way. Okay, little gnocchi. Then using the spatula or your hands or a similar utensil like this, with the flour, toss them in this way so that they get completely coated with the flour. And the final thing is to use this board, the riga gnocchi, is stripped here, I don't know if you see it, or alternatively you can use a fork, riga gnocchi or a fork. I'm showing you what to do. Hold your cutting board, or your riga gnocchi, your wooden board, if you have it, like this. You don't have to hold it in your hand. It's unuseful. Then, take one gnocchi at a time between two fingers. Place it here on the top of the riga gnocchi. A light pressure with your thumb and let it go. See, in this way, they get all stripped like this with a hole in the middle. I don't know if it is visible. And they hold the sauce better in this way. If you don't have the riga gnocchi, you can still do with the fork. It's the same way. Just the fork is metal and it doesn't slide that well. But better than nothing, you can still do it. Don't press too much, otherwise you smash the gnocchi completely. At the beginning it's hard, but once you get the movement, you will never forget it. This works with any other movement in the kitchen. At the beginning it's hard. It's like to ride the bicycle. The first time you have to find the balance, but then once you know how to do it, you never forget it. I like to say that cooking and eating means many things. Means sharing, means tradition, means feeding. It's not only fill up your body. If you have a good diet, if you take all the nutrients, you keep your health. And besides all this, cooking means also coordination. Because when you cook, you do so many movements, and you often move your hands with different movements in different ways, almost without realizing it. And that's coordination. So you learn how to coordinate better your body. Okay, again. See, I'm trying to not go across. What I mean, this is the beginning cylinder. If I cut here, see, then I do the cylinder in this way, not in this way, okay? This way. I always follow the same direction. Do you want to see our sauce, what it's doing? And in just a few minutes to reduce, and then it will be ready. See, it's not that slow, right? And see, I'm going slower because I'm also teaching and talking and taking time. But once you are in your kitchen, this can be even quicker than I do. So sometimes it's an excuse to say I have no time. Actually, you can do this sauce in advance on Saturday and Sundays when you're free. You can put in containers and freeze it so you have it ready, handy. So the gnocchi, a recommendation. When you do fresh pasta, when you do fresh gnocchi, if you don't consume them right away because there are too many, don't put them in the refrigerator. Never, never put fresh pasta or fresh gnocchi in the refrigerator because with the humidity of the refrigerator, they will get all moldy. Absolutely disgusting. They will get stuck all together. So put them on a large tray like this and freeze them. When they're frozen, you can collect them in a bag. Let's do the fork again, huh? Because I'm sure not all of you have the riga gnocchi. But, if you agree with family travel concierge for cooking lessons, private cooking lessons, and if you need some particular tools from Italy, I can take care of that and send it to you. I wrote a book. I will show you next time. Okay, I said I'm doing with the fork again. Maybe if I stay in this way, you see better. Yes, you see better. If I come closer, see? I hope everybody sees what I'm doing. I just roll each gnocco over the ribs of the fork. The gnocchi are very versatile, talking about seasoning, about sauces, dressing. What I mean, you know that Italians are very picky. We have hundreds and hundreds of different shapes of pasta. Each shape has its particular sauce. And there are reasons for that. Now it's too long to explain. There are reasons for that. The gnocchi are versatile. You can dress the gnocchi with almost everything. Today is meat sauce, but can be mushrooms, can be gorgonzola, can be shrimps, can be vegetable sauce like artichokes, like peas, or like a combination of other vegetables like asparagus, green beans, whatever you like. Bell peppers, eggplant. You cannot see or you cannot sense that, but I can sense with my nose that the sauce is almost ready. So what I'm doing a little more gnocchi, then I change, I put the boiling water here, so we can start to boil the gnocchi, and then you see how to cook the gnocchi. Okay, I'm going faster now. in the kitchen of the nonna. You know, my nonna, my grandmother, didn't have the riga gnocchi. What she used to do was to press each gnocchi, each gnocco with her finger like this to have a little hole, like this. The effect was the same because the hole would fill up with the sauce, like this. She was doing exactly this, see, with the finger, which is easy. You don't have to struggle too much. This is my grandmother style. This. Okay, done. Okay, forgive me a sec. You will not see me for 30 seconds. I have just to take this away and put the water on the fire. Okay, change the broth with the water. Hopla. Almost ready. I wish you could smell it. I don't know if you can smell it. I don't think so. But you see the smoke? That smoke is so attractive. Okay. Water is boiling. We have to put salt in the water. Salt, but a lot of salt, a big tablespoon. Then I take the gnocchi a little at a time with this utensil, but you can use your hands. Huh? But in this way, I'm draining off some of the flour and put them in the water. Not many, not much, just maybe 3 scoops at the beginning. I just give a stir to detach them from the bottom. Put the sauce into the skillet. The gnocchi are ready when they float on the surface. At the beginning they start to come up from the bottom and they dance in the water up and down until they stay stably over the surface. When they stay stably over the surface without going down, without sinking anymore, is the time to take them out. It's about 3 minutes. See, some of them I'm already there. So what you do, and this is a cooperation job, something to do together. One puts in, and the other one fish them out when they float. See, in this way. More gnocchi in the water. Some more gnocchi are ready on the surface. More gnocchi in the water. A stir to detach them from the bottom. Some gnocchi are calling me, they're ready on the surface. If they're frozen, they may take 1 minute more. I used to do gnocchi in the night time when I was running a restaurant on the island in Giglio a couple of lives ago. I was a crazy chef of restaurant, making fresh pasta and gnocchi and freezing in single portions at night when the work was finished, when the kitchen was clean, and so after that, checking what was left over in the refrigerator, calling the fishmonger about 2 in the night to see what was fresh and do the order of the fish, and then write the menu for the next day. That was my job every night. And then making fresh pasta. Going to bed around 4 and waking up around 8. I was young, I could do it. Now, anymore. No more restaurant. I took it seriously. These gnocchi, they are delicious. I wish you could taste them. Okay, final tossing. See? A little more sauce on top. Grated cheese. Voila! Voila! Buon appetito, and see you soon for the next live cooking lesson on Facebook, on Alex's page. We will do fresh pasta. Now a short summary of what we've done. We have done potato gnocchi with meat sauce. Ingredients: extra virgin olive oil, mire poivre, celery, carrot and onion, red wine, ground meat, tomatoes, salt, pepper. I have added a bay leaf. For the potato gnocchi, yellow potatoes already boiled and crushed, flour. I put 1 egg on 1 kilogram of potatoes. 1 kilogram corresponds to 2.2 pounds. I mix everything with my hands, like with my zombie fingers. Then I made a smooth ball that I cut in pieces and then roll with a very light pressure. Then I've cut small segments that I've rolled all over the riga gnocchi or over the ribs of the fork. Then the gnocchi must be boiled until they float and toss into the sauce that you chose. Today is meat sauce, but next times I will be live on Facebook. We can do other sauces. Very interesting are seasonal vegetable sauces. They are tasty and they are healthy for us. Really hope to see you. Actually, really hope you see me again. Really hope you like me. And bye bye. See you.